Hello and welcome to the Accountancy Age Big Question webcast. In this program, Islamic finance. What opportunities are there for accountants? With me is Mohammad Khan, a director of Islamic finance at PwC. Mohammad, it's a growing area of business here in the UK as well as abroad, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, in the UK, we've already got 5 Islamic banks, 1 pure Islamic insurer. In Malaysia, the Islamic finance economy has been almost half and half with what I term the conventional economy. That's been going for the last 20, 25 years. And of course, there's the Middle East where the Islamic economy is really booming.
Now, I think Islamic finance is usually associated with loans and the avoidance of interest or usury on the loans. Is it broadened out, though? Is it going elsewhere as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of Islamic banking, for example, now is actually also on the what I would term the personal side, not just commercial. So, you know, you can get an Islamic mortgage, you can get Islamic loans, but you can also get, as I was mentioning before, Islamic insurance. Increasingly over the last 5 years, there's been big issuances of what they call Islamic bonds or sukuks. And people are also talking about, you know, how do you expand it, and indeed are looking at potential structures to get financing for other types of projects as well. So it's not just restricted to the typical loan or the typical mortgage.
Now, with the growth of Islamic products must come a need for knowledge within the accounting sector as well.
Absolutely. I mean, even on the basic level, so we've got Islamic financial institutions in Malaysia, in the Middle East and in the UK. They require accountants to audit them. They also require accountants to advise them on how they're running their company and whether they're in accordance with Sharia principles. And in some countries and in the Middle East, companies actually report under something called OIFI, which is the Accounting and Auditing Standards for Islamic Financial Institutions, which almost sits parallel with IFRS. So we're already seeing major growth in work for accountants.
So we know there's now a global qualification. SEMA has launched that in Islamic finance. Are there real opportunities for accountants in Islamic finance? You don't have to be a Muslim either.
No, of course not. And indeed, I don't think anyone would say that at all. There are basically 3 Islamic financial qualifications in the UK at the moment. One's offered by the Institute of Islamic Finance and Insurance. One's offered by the Securities and Exchange Institute. And the other one, as you've said, is the SEMA qualification. I think out of the 3 of them, the SEMA one goes into the most depth, but you need the most work to do it. And I think that's a good thing. So you can choose between the 3 qualifications. In our company, we've actually had several people do the SEMA qualification. They found it extremely helpful to their work on Islamic finance clients.
And are there enough people around to fill the demand for experts in Islamic finance at the moment?
I think if you look at the UK, we probably have enough people for the limited number of banks and insurance companies and clients that we've got and issuances. And Islamic finance has been affected by the credit crisis, but as the economies around the world pick up and as more banks come in, as more issuances occur, we'll definitely need more people. Globally, I think the answer is yes, there is a dearth of supply, and we do need more people that understand accounting principles and issues, not only in a particular region, but also internationally, and also how they interact with Sharia compliant principles.
And do we have a sense that the business for Islamic finance is going to grow?
If you look at countries like the Middle East, where Islamic finance is still growing, even with the credit crisis, it's been estimated that they're growing at sort of 20 to 30% this year. Those economies and those investors and people that have made money there will obviously want to invest in the West, or will want to do projects that not only affect the Middle East, but also come into the West. So, for example, multinational banks, multinational insurers. So the growth potential is there. If you look at the population of the world, they estimate that it's between 20 and 25% are Muslim right now. In Western Europe, excluding Turkey, we've got 20 million Muslims. If you include Turkey, it's about 80 million. There's clear potential for products and services to be offered to that Muslim population.
So clearly some new opportunities open to accountants there. Mohammad Khan, thanks very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And that's all from the Accountancy Age Big Question webcast in this programme. Thanks very much for joining us, and we'll be back at the same time and in the same place next week. Bye-bye.